that they could not secure a good percentage in 12th. That's why they had to reappear in 12th.
You know the whole syllabus, you know everything, you know the derivations, but sometimes
Much amount of marks you will at least require to secure and be eligible for your NITs and IITs. Why this happens? Why?
So this is the topic for the day. Qualified JEE failed for 12th board. Seems like very interesting topic, but yes, students take it very lightly, and that is the only reason for which every year 12 students out of 100 qualify for IIT JEE or JEE mains examination but failed in boards. So, sir, I think we should guide them related to the boards exam.
First of all, sir, in this video, I don't think the students believe this itself, that can this happen, that student qualified JEE examination
And failed
but
in boards.
failed in 12th boards. So 12th board is like a baby in front of a big
Absolutely.
giant
The
JEE.
giant exam.
But let us tell you, this is what happens. This is what happens with many of the aspirants. And because of that, they get to repeat their 12th or their mains attempt. However, because they won't be eligible for any NIT or any IIT, even after getting 99 percentile, if you cannot secure 75% aggregate in your 12th boards,
Absolutely.
you are not eligible for any IIT or any NIT.
Correct.
So right now, when everybody is talking about JEE, right, this is also one important topic which we need to discuss, we need to talk, and this is not as easy as you think. Yes, this is
Correct.
easy, but why this happens? Why do there are students who qualify JEE and fail boards? What are the reasons behind it?
So, sir, let us first of all reveal these things. Okay,
Yeah.
and before that, let me brief one more part over here. BitSet is one of the exam. JEE Main is one of the exam where 75% mandatorily is required in your 12th board, which is an aggregate percentage, not for just PCM, but for other examinations, state examination or other pre-UG examination, it keeps on changing. So please be aware about these terms. And now we'll give you the reason behind why does it happen, why people suffer from by qualified in JEE and failed in boards. So, sir, what do you think? What is the primary reason behind it? Anything in your mind?
So there are multiple reasons, sir. Multiple reasons are there, and people who have suffered it. And in fact, many people. You ask teachers also, no, they would have suffered it somewhere or the other, that they could not secure a good percentage in 12th. That's why they had to reappear in 12th to get into IIT and NIT. So there are many reasons. First of the reason, I would say that students are too much focused on JEE or their desired competitive examination, so that they forget about the board examination.
Boards is typically different thing.
Different-
Boards is
different, sir.
entirely different thing.
Entirely
I
different.
would like to add one more point in this same point, sir. Students are very much used to of solving the questions and like picking one of the options out of the 4 given options, because majorly these examinations are objective based questions examination, and that is why they do not know how to write it properly, because in examination whatever you write, the examiner gonna to check the writing skills also. Even if your writing is not very good, you will definitely
Right.
not be able to secure
It's
the full
actually
marks. Correct.
about depth versus breadth.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
in JEE, we study the subject in complete depth. Like
Absolutely.
we study
Yes.
everything, each line, everything. What is breadth? Breadth means how explanation is breadth. When you are supposed to explain with a long answer, suppose it's a 3 marks question or a 5 marks question. How to explain according to a 5 marks question? You don't know
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
You have never practiced that.
You might be doing the 1 mark or 2 mark question good, and you might be good at that. And in fact, sir, sometimes
fact-
happen, you know the whole syllabus, you know everything, you know the derivations, but sometimes you are not pretty much good enough to write that properly.
Right, explain it.
Exactly. And that's why they
This is
suffer.
a major
So
problem.
that is
You
the
have to
first point we find.
Practice it. You
Correct, sir.
actually have to practice it. You have to understand that the exam pattern is different, guys. This exam is of breadth. You have to explain and write and secure good marks. Now about the stress and pressure you have felt for your JEE mains exam, right? So in comparison of that, 12th board exam pressure is nothing. You don't take any stress of that because you take it lightly. But
Absolutely.
when you appear in these exams, nowadays exam patterns are changing. Case-based questions are there nowadays,
Okay.
which students never see. Competency is case-based questions only. Then you have elaborated. Maybe you can get to have a derivation, which is very common in
Correct,
physics.
correct.
Students never pay attention at derivations; they directly learn the formula.
They
So
put the formula, they want to get the answer, and they do not know how to write it properly.
Exactly.
That happens.
And they won't be able to explain in a proper way. They'll write the answer. There is hardly 1 marks for the answer.
And one more point, sir, I want to add. Actually, it used to happen with me also. Like while I was writing my boards examination, I found that the initial questions were very easy, and I thought like I have qualified for IIT JEE. Then what is this? What is the level of this exam? And I always used to write very good marks, very good answers for all the 1 mark, 2 mark question. And at the end of this thing, I realized that now I have just half an hour left, and around 50 marks paper is entirely left. That is your 3 marks and 5 marks question. So I would like to basically advise you people that always be more focused about the lengthy questions and more weightage containing questions rather than unnecessarily.
Writing practice.
Absolutely.
Writing practice is important for
Correct, sir. Otherwise, you will not be able to save your time, and you will, even if you know the whole paper, you will not be able to write it properly.
And this is a major issue, guys. Take it seriously right now. This is the reason we are putting this video for you.
Absolutely.
Take this seriously. Write the answers like you would write in board. Attempt 3 hours question papers which are board specific, mock question papers. Check previous year questions, because the boards are going to follow very specific pattern, very specific type of questions are going to be repeated, so you can prepare very easily. But it's all about the writing practice and attempting the exam properly and securing a good percentage. And by good percentage, sir, I would believe that 90% is a good percentage, because 10th and 12th boards are going to happen once in your life. Your report card won't look good with 65-75%. So,
and it's not about just looking good also, sir. Even I remember like in the final year of mine, when the companies came for hiring, and at the recruitment time, I know that they were shortlisting the student on the basis of how many of them have scored more than 80% or more than 90%.
Exactly.
So they basically segregate student in that way. So I think 12th boards are very important, everyone, and for everyone it is very important. Those who are right now preparing for IIT JEE and JEE Main, it is important to them. But those who are planning to drop, they also have the same importance of boards right now. So you must focus on your boards. Not on just JEE Main, second attempt, JEE, no. You should be focused upon boards also in the equal manner. So now, sir, what should we, so any other reason specifically you have in your mind?
Some tips we can give them, sir. Right now, what we, so basically for 90% if we talk, or 75% also if we talk, just find out your math and English exam will be of 80 marks, physics, chemistry, maths will be of 70 marks, 30 marks will be for your practical. So make sure first of all you get full marks in practical, because this is what happens as students JEE aspirants don't go to school, they are not in good terms with the practical examiner takers or their school teachers. So they are not likely to give them marks.
But
right? They will reduce
get,
marks.
Benefits in practical exams from the
Right.
school side only, or
School side
because see, sir, what happens in practicals, we already are aware about some certain set of practical that these will be asked in your exam, so you can prepare for it and you can maintain it. But coming to the theoretical part where the whole book has been asked there, and that 70 marks is very important. So, sir, what do you think? How many marks should a person score to qualify for IIT JEE? Or to be eligible for the examinations of JEE and advanced? What do you
for
think?
75% is your aggregate in every subject. If you find out somewhere in maths, you'll get somewhere around 62 to 63 marks,
62 to 63
which you
is
need
mandatorily
minimum,
to score.
mandatory. And in physics, chemistry, maths, you'll need then 52 marks, 52 to 53 marks.
Okay.
So this much amount of marks you'll at least require to secure and be eligible for your JEE Main, to be eligible for NITs and IITs.
In fact,
JEE Mains, so you are anyway qualifying.
Indeed, sir.
Right. So that is one thing, to find out how many marks you need. Now, one more tip which I can give you, students have a tendency, I don't know this answer, I don't know this theoretical answer, but write something. Completely attempt the paper, write neatly. Correct. This affects your marks. Do not be, if you don't write neatly, you are more likely to get your marks deducted in your board exams.
Absolutely,
Right.
sir. Absolutely.
Much more likely. Sir, neatness is going to be required.
One more advice I can give you, sir, but just adding your part only, that you can give mock test. You should start a clock of 3 hours. You should start 3 hours is the examination.
3 hours,
so it start a clock of 3 hours and then start writing the examination, because then you will basically realize yourself that where are you lagging, where is your time gonna to waste, and where can you save it and can improve your marks. So that is gonna to help you a lot. And try to do previous 5 to 6 year question. What do you think? Is that important?
At least 3 to 4 years, if you do know previous year questions, you'll be very much confident.
Because here the question will be repeated also, sir.
You know the concept. You know the concept. You just have to do the writing practice properly.
Because
this is serious.
in JEE Mains and even in JEE Advanced, we talk about that repetition of question doesn't take place, but yet the repetition of concept is very usual.
Very usual.
So I find here the ditto question will be seen. I think every year some question will be there which are typically repeated every time. So-
you have to only research on that and only specifically study and practice that part. But
Absolutely.
take your board seriously is the entire agenda of this video.
Correct.
Don't take them lightly. You won't easily get 75% or 90%. It's not going to happen easily.
Because there is a high possibility that even if you score good marks in your JEE main exam or second attempt, you can make it over 90 percentile or 95 percentile. But making 75% marks in your boards is going to be very difficult, because there you have to write it more. Because
right.
there you might not be writing too much in your JEE exam, but here you have to write it a lot.
One extra subject that you have is going to help. If you have physical education or computers, whatever you have, the extra subject, that will increase your aggregate. And that also you have to prepare. Hardly 1 or 2 days you'll take to prepare for that extra exam. You have holidays also. We are also going to come up with some things which are going to help you for
Yes,
both
absolutely.
during your holidays of the exams. But stick tight. Stay subscribed, I think. We would request you to subscribe the channel, like the video
Yes.
if you find it
Stay
important.
updated for our upcoming videos also.
Right. And
So-
all the best for your boards. Take
As
it
well as your
seriously.
JEE, yes.
This is actually very important along with your JEE. Thank you.